Sam Preston. It's my first vlog. So thank you to a fan. And before I start, I just want to wish everybody happy Halloween. Today is the 5th of October 31st, the most scariest, spooky, most horrifying time of the year. And as we celebrate, I thought do a review video game. Now, what you guys already see on the thumbnail and stuff, but the game I'll be reviewing is Ugly. And yes, it's actually called, Ugly. Kind of funny, but yeah. So, the reason I decided to review this game for Halloween is because it's not a scary game, but there's a lot of things that, like, I guess I'll spoil it, but it has, like, things that make it creepy and kind of scary and kind of dark. And if you play the game, you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, I'll kind of explain more in the review. Of course, this is a spoiler-free review, but I'll explain a little bit more during the review. But yeah, by the way, enough waste time. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys do, please give a like and please subscribe to the channel for more Nintendo content. Without further ado, let's get started. Ugly is a puzzle platformer where you play as the prince with a dark and sad past. You start in a dark room and eventually find yourself in a castle. And not just any castle, but the castle the prince grew up in. In this castle, you find different doors that lead to different rooms. And inside those rooms, inside are other doors that only way to exit is by collecting keys. So, if you played a puzzle game before, you probably know what to expect. But Ugly puzzle gameplay is simple, but also complicated. I'll explain. With the mirror piece, you can switch places with your mirror self, horizontal or vertical. Most of the time, the simple answer is just basically standing in a particular spot and going left or right, or up and down, dry wall or ceiling, or floor. But throughout the game, you'll have to think outside the box because the simple answer isn't always, but is sometimes the answer. Also throughout the game, in different rooms, there will be different objects or environments put your skills to the test. But just right quick, I guess to kind of talk more detail, basically when it comes to your mirror self, um, again, it's a big part of, the puzzle platforming, and your mirror self, again, could go through ceilings to walls and, pass by so you could just, switch to other room. But there are some rooms where it's not that, I get the answer, it's not that simple, and sometimes you gotta be like, okay, I gotta stand at this spot, or I gotta switch at this certain spot, or okay, I gotta go up, maybe down, then switch, and that kind of stuff, right? And some of these rooms you gotta really try again, and because luckily there's basically like a redo button, basically like you get stuck, you can just like redo the room, right? And there's also basically, and you can turn it on or off, but basically a button where you can press to kind of give you a hint. I have used that a lot of times because some of these rooms are tricky, but basically you gotta try different things, you can eventually get it. And again, these rooms do make you think, they are fun, but kind of tough sometimes. So, as you all know, in video games, the bosses are super tough and basically challenge your skills and what you recently learned. But when it comes to Ugly, the bosses are different. You see, you don't exactly fight the bosses, you rather avoid them or like kind of trick them. And basically bosses in Ugly are basically what represents the prince and play a big part of the story. And the bosses do challenge your skill, but I believe that's the second objective. But the first objective is telling the story. And like when you hear it, you probably like, Frederick, when you talk about a video game, you have to fight the bosses. Which is true, but a video game like this, well, I say tell a story because this game is very story driven, and like I said earlier, the bosses represent the prince. And when you play through the game and kind of put the pieces together of what the bosses represent, it gives you a better picture of what happened in the story, and it gives you a better picture of why he's the way he kind of is. Again, if you play the game, it makes more sense. And even I play the game, I don't fully understand everything, but I get a sense. That's why I believe what the bosses are. The music in Ugly is some of the most beautiful and chilling music I ever heard in a video game. Whether you're into a room, interacting with a boss, or exploring the castle, the beautiful piano gives life to the game. But instead of me telling you about it, I'll let you listen for yourself. So, I'm not going to talk or show too much of the memories, but I will say the memories or flashbacks show it give a lot of context of what happened to the prince and his family, and some of the memories are hard to watch and can be very happy, sad, or depressing. I'll just show you some right now. Like, these don't really explain anything, but I basically this will give you guys like I guess a hint of what some of the memories are, and oh boy. So, in conclusion, Ugly is an absolutely amazing, beautiful, wonderful game. Again, this game is very dark, very sad, very tragic. There's a lot of things that will make you be like, oh my gosh, what happened? How, like, this game will put you so many emotions, and a game like this doesn't come out every often, especially the fact that there's no talking in the game. I mean, like, the prince will, like, make noises and stuff, but he doesn't, like, talk with sentences and stuff. And the fact that developers will be able to make a game where there's no talking but tell a very sad and beautiful story is something, it's like, you don't really see that these days. And something I do miss, and this shows it's possible, especially the fact that this is a game, it's able to tell a story this well. And again, when it comes to like the music, the gameplay, the atmosphere, just everything about this game just amazing and worth playing and buying. And so many details in the background. The background, oh my gosh, like even the backgrounds tell a story of what happened to this character, and like this character's past is so dark, so tragic, and there are some happy things, but it's mostly sad. But this is a game I absolutely love. I'm so glad I played it. This game I highly recommend. This is an amazing game. Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed this review. And when it comes to me reviewing the game, I did want to be as detailed as possible, but I kind of didn't want to talk about too much because again, this was a preferred review. And when it comes to this game specifically, there's a lot to spoil, mostly with the story because again, this story is very sad and dark and kind of depressing sometimes. But it's also a beautiful story with beautiful music, beautiful graphics. Um, Everything about this game is just beautiful and creepy and depressing at the same time. Um, but yeah, as you guys can see, I'm holding this physical because if I remember, I believe this came out last year digitally, and this year I can't remember, but it came out physical, and that's why I grabbed it. And yeah, because honestly, well, not funny story, but I was just at GameStop looking for a game to play, so I randomly chose this one, and I'm glad I did. It's a really amazing game, and again, this is an indie game, was very fun, and also it comes with a lot of, goodies. I saw it's great what it comes with, but for all video game companies, keep doing this, cause I love getting stuff every time I buy a physical version of game. But yeah, and of course, as you know, this game does have a lot of dark stuff, so I recommend, be 18, basically 18 or older, because this is definitely not a game for children. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you guys did, please give me a like, subscribe to the channel for more Nintendo content, and please follow on Twitter/X at Peaceful7. And without Civic Nintendo community, more community, or Civic Nintendo family. I'm Freddy Civic Nintendo fan. I'll see you guys later. And once again, happy Halloween, everyone!